Is the US on the edge of financial collapse? Is Bitcoin, XRP, about to bring everything down? With so much social unrest, I've given this a great deal of thought, and I've collected data now over the last 4 years. And in this live stream, unedited, unscripted, I'm going to earn your trust by showing you that I have taken evasive action to back up what I believe to be true at personal cost to me, far more than I could possibly earn in this live stream YouTube video. Over the last few days, there has been enormous amount of scammers, hacks, attacks from certain countries to social media accounts in the crypto space, me included. Most of it has come with origins from China and Russia. I can prove that. I've seen the geographics of the intruders on my account. And it has come at a time when there is more social unrest in history and more of a divide than there's ever been in the United States as the world order is changing. Today, and this is why I'm doing it live right now, at this precise moment, we have a memorial for Charlie Kirk taking place. You may like him, you may not like him. Doesn't really matter. The point is, it's extremely political, very religious, when it should perhaps just be about somebody was tragically murdered. It's become a huge political stick where there are people extremely passionate, full of love, and there are people equally full of hate at the same time. Years ago, there would have been, and it was quite normal, and it was around about 2-3%, where it would not be unusual for families, couples, relationships to have different political views. There could be people in the family that were Republican and Democrat, and they would argue and discuss with each other. Nowadays, that doesn't exist. It's 99% the other way round, that couples are of the same political persuasion. We've lost the art of conversation, and it's come at a time when crypto and the world order and the dollar is potentially at the edge of collapse. So, as you know, I spend a lot of time talking to CEOs, hedge fund managers, Bank of America, and other people. And I've built up information over the last 4 years, and I've invested in crypto. I believe in the technology. However, in the last few hours, I have made a drastic financial move to earn your trust, because there's no point delivering the news that I want to deliver you if secretly I'm somehow benefiting from it or whatever. So in the last few hours, I have sold all of my crypto at a loss, quite a substantial one. I've not been able to sell my Ethereum because it's staked. I've unstaked it. I have to wait about 5-6 days. But I've lost a lot of money because what I'm about to say to you would not be true and believable unless I'd done what I say and say what I do. So this is my real money. If I go into my crypto, you remember it was 140 plus with the ETFs, then it was $75,000. Then on Friday, you saw it go down to 45. Now it's down to 19. The 19 is simply the Ethereum. I have sold all of my Bitcoin. There is no Bitcoin in my account at all. At huge loss, I bought at 120,000. I've lost money doing that to demonstrate and prove to you what I'm about to say. XRP, I only have this to give away in competitions. I'm still a bullish and still a believer in XRP. I'll explain in a moment, but I've sold all of my XRP. My Ethereum, I had Ethereum. I've still got it because it's as you can see, I'm unstaking it now, 19,000. I'll be selling that as well. Now, does that mean I think crypto is going to zero? No, the opposite, in fact, at least in the beginning. But I couldn't deliver this message if I was still holding out my own personal crypto. It just would not be honest. So I am still a bull on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and crypto. There's nothing wrong with the technology. What is wrong is the people behind it. And I think I've worked out who Satoshi Nakamoto is. You may remember a few months ago, I declared that I would get to the bottom of who Satoshi Nakamoto is. And I opened up the floodgates of receiving emails. You may remember I did that. And I said to you, I would announce on this show who Satoshi is. And I've received thousands of emails. And I've checked where they've all come from. And I've dived deep into the origins of the language in the email to try to work out why everybody is contacting me to promote and sponsor my show when it's always about crypto. No one ever contacts me from Standard & Poor's and said, could you promote VU or the S&P 500 or Coca-Cola? Nobody ever does. But it's always from crypto. And mainly it's from Bitcoin. And mainly the origins of the emails do come from China and Russia. Now, over the last 24 hours, I have put lots of posts online about scammers. Be careful. People impersonating me, trying to manipulate you. And I want to clear that up now as I reveal to you who I think Satoshi Nakamoto is and where I see it going. Now, please, 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 please. It doesn't bother me in the slightest, other than I care. It doesn't affect me other than I care. Watch to the end of this live stream. I don't think I'll be here more than 15, 20 minutes, maybe half an hour at most. But please take the time to watch all the way to the end. I've lost a lot of money in selling my positions to back up what I'm saying, to prove and earn your trust. So please don't just tune off because it's taken more than 10 seconds. I know that's the way people are today, but I ask you, please, just sit back and relax and watch until the end. If you'd like to tap the like button, that would be great. It will share it out to more people, and maybe you'll go on my X account and repost this. I've got a post on X at the moment, and you might want to go and repost this. I'll drop the X account in X. I'm already seeing in the comments people saying ridiculous things. Is Martyn smoking drugs? Is Martyn gone mad? Well, this is exactly what I expected to get. And this is the problem. Please do consider subscribing if you want honest information. So we need to step back a little bit and think about the cycles of finance. Even though I am suggesting that we could be at the edge of a US dollar collapse, and I will tell you who I think Satoshi Nakamoto is. These cycles have come before. So as much as this message is doom and gloom and sad and depressing to deliver, it presents opportunity for those who are not allowed to be manipulated. Those that can go back to a time when we didn't shout at each other and swear at each other and call each other stupid and names and all the rest of it. When we paused a little bit and we listened to a debate. We had respect for each other. Right now, on social media, the United States is on the edge, and I don't think it will happen, but on the edge of a civil war, verbally. Everybody is angry with everybody, and everybody is threatening violence. I get it all the time, and it's horrible. the US debt is now so unsustainable that Donald Trump wants to use Bitcoin as the Federal Reserve to pay our way out of debt. Donald Trump thinks that that's going to save America and all the rest of it. However, I think the ego of Trump is walking right into the hands of Vladimir Putin. I actually believe, and I've got evidence to suggest it now through the emails that I've received over the last 4 years, and I remember I said I would reveal Satoshi, and I put it out there that I would like to get you to contact me, sponsors to contact me. And I've been putting together the data, and nearly all of it has Chinese and Russian origins. And I believe that Satoshi Nakamoto is in the offices, at least, of Vladimir Putin from Russia. I don't think it started out this way. I think as it grew and developed, and as crypto got adopted, mainly from America. I mean, we all know China don't want anything to do with it. Mainly America. We've seen that Russia, China, India have got closer and closer together. The tariffs have separated us from the rest of the world. And I think slowly over time, Putin is trying to bring down the dollar. Only last night he said that it looks like America are trying to pay off the debt with Bitcoin, as if it's like America's idea. Trump will say it's his idea, but I think perhaps he was taken there by the influences subtly from Putin without realizing it. And all of these emails that I've ever gotten are all about Bitcoin. They're all Chinese or Russian based. The emails are all cloaked. I've taken a lot of time to work out what cloaking is. It's when an email will come and it will say Microsoft.com or Apple.com, and actually it's a hidden email. A lot of people aren't aware of that. When you go and check the email, it's hidden. And I've spent a lot of time researching this. And I told you months ago about the way that Plug Power was manipulated by Russian investors. I even had them pay to advertise the video about Plug and then invite me to groups. And then when I wouldn't do what they wanted, get angry with me because I wouldn't promote Plug. That's terribly Russian manipulated. But I do believe in crypto. I do believe in the power of crypto, but I don't believe in the people now getting behind it and ruining it and spoiling it for many people. And it's come at a time where there is more civil unrest, more people are frustrated, which plays into the hands of all this. People then are desperate to find a way out of the mess. Young people today simply will never be able to buy a property, a home. They're stuck renting. And I feel that it is why so many young people are adopting crypto in America. They feel it's the answer to their problems. And because of that, it's been manipulated and people are taking advantage of it. Now, I know that I have a huge audience that follow me for XRP information because I get it from the sources. And I know some of you will be frustrated by my thoughts and information here today, but I have to do what's right for my viewers. And I continue to support XRP and Bitcoin and Ethereum. I do believe it creates a solution, and I do believe there's nothing wrong with cryptology itself. There's nothing evil about it. But the people behind it, not as good. A lot of manipulation. So I I want to warn people about the level that scamming and sophistication that it's arrived at. There are multiple accounts of me on every platform, and you may think that you are smart, and you may think that you can spot a scammer, but it's not just a scammer who's trying to access your bank account or influence you to buy something or whatever. I mean, that might appear to be what it is. It's not. What it is, and I've discovered this from studying all these emails that I've received and all the scams that I've been foiling over the last few years, is it's not to try to get you to buy Bitcoin, even though that's what it does. It's to create an unstable world where people will gravitate to crypto. And as Trump then adopts it as the Federal Reserve, the rug will be pulled and boom, you go to zero. America could then be bankrupt. This is what I believe Putin, China is working on. Over many, many years, we've just seen again overnight, Putin is coming into parts of Europe, testing Europe's resources, seeing how far he can go. He's got no intention of peace. When he came to meet Trump, it was all, nothing happened. It was all a game. He took over the conference, a faux pas. He didn't allow the host to speak first. Trump should have spoke first. He didn't. Putin did. He completely controlled and manipulated the event. He even got American soldiers to bend down and pick up the red carpet and move it to his plane, which he parked further down the runway on purpose. Putin has played this game perfectly, and the West is walking straight into it. So when you get these scams, you think it's all about someone trying to steal my Bitcoin or someone trying to get me to buy something. And initially it is, but it's far more than that. It's not important how much Bitcoin you buy or don't buy. What's important is you create a fear and an uncertainty that then can be far more amplified and exploited. And I've gathered this information after 4 years of looking into my data on YouTube, my comments, my emails, the scams. I can see the chat is awful. There are so many people getting angry and aggressive. This is exactly what I anticipated. It's exactly what I expected. And the people that are angry and the people that are annoyed are people that are lost in all the hate and the anger that's been put upon you. You've got to somehow try to find a way to rise above this, because you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. You just don't know it. You think you've got free speech of being angry towards me and shouting and screaming at the TV. You're being made to do that. You're being made to feel angry. So again, I repeat that I am pro-crypto. I am pro-XRP. I am pro-Bitcoin. There's nothing wrong with the technology, but it's the people behind it are trying to manipulate and change the world order. Now then, all I can do is care and do what I can to protect and provide the best service in the world to my viewers, my Lucasades. I promise to always be live, not doing a video and edit it and put it out afterwards where I don't have to face the comments. I can see all the comments. I'm looking and reading the comments as I deliver this. I do it live. I want to be the first channel in the world that gets to 1 billion subscribers. Not because of an ego, because we're a community. We're not curiosity. We're not creating curiosity. We're creating a community. And I believe people need an honest community where they can share and be open and be honest with real people. Thank you very much.
Arby has become a member. Cold wallet / hard wallet.
Thank you for your comments. I believe that people need a community. So I'm here live. I'll answer all questions. Anyone can call into the show. And I believe this is how we'll become the first billion channel in the world. It's never been done, not even close. I believe we can do it. So again, I repeat that I am pro crypto, Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum. Everything else is a bit of a joke. But these three, I believe in technology. They're all being used. But to prove to you that I believe we are being manipulated, I couldn't hold on to my own personal gains and then somehow try and rinse a profit. So I did the opposite. I sold today all of my crypto. I've only got 19,000 left because I'm waiting to have my Ethereum unstaked. But I'm going back to the principles that I held dear for the longest time of just owning the S&P. But I'm also holding Coca-Cola and being defensive because I think the market is about to crash. So I have bought very heavily. I've got about 300 grand now in Coca-Cola with my main account and my Roth IRA. That is a huge position. You can see I've got 243 just in the main account, and I've got another 60 odd or whatever it is in the Roth IRA. So $300,000 in Coca-Cola. Because if we do get a crash, Coca-Cola will hold my portfolio up and it's oversold, and it will provide me with income to be able to buy the S&P as it crashes. Because if the S&P goes down, Bitcoin's going down 80, 90%. I don't care how wonderful you think it is. So I want to end by saying that this is a positive message. Doesn't sound very positive, does it? But it is a positive message because at the end of the day, when all is said and done, and this is over, those that value debate, educated investing, those that look at value, those that read balance sheets, understand what it is to be an investor, will come out on top. More money will be made by those people than ever before. Those that think everything just keeps going up forever and we've been given this magical tool to make magical money very, very easily. I mean, look how much money I've made in a year. $50,000. I've not done anything. Do I deserve that? It's ridiculous. 25% just on the S&P. I mean, it's crazy, right? I think Satoshi Nakamoto is in the offices of Putin. I've got evidence to support it through the emails that I've tested over the last few years and the last few months extensively. I consider geographics are from China and Russia. I can see why this would happen. I can see Trump we're going to buy Bitcoin, and all of a sudden Satoshi dumps his Bitcoin and it crashes like crazy and America essentially goes bankrupt. I can see the partnerships being formed with Putin, Modi in India, and Xi Jinping in China, sidelining Trump with the tariffs. I can see that the S&P 500, 27 times earnings, never in history has it continued past that point. It always pops at that point. I can see, because so many of us have turned to Bitcoin as a hedge when it's nothing of the sort. When Bitcoin goes down and the S&P goes down, there will be a mass exit. And of course, it will go defensive. It'll go Coca-Cola. It'll go into Pepsi. It'll go J&J and all these other things. So for those of you that study balance sheets, for those of you that stay calm, for those of you that want a healthy debate, neither to the right nor the left, but just an open, honest debate, I think you're going to come out very, very well. It's a disappointing message but I am very pro investing. I am pro crypto, but I'm mainly pro the Lucasades, my audience. I feel a huge responsibility to do what's right by my audience. I have the silver play button. Within a year and a half to 2 years, we'll have the million gold play button, and we will be the first channel in the world to get to 1 billion because we're always live. No one else does this. And I have the verification tick for a financial channel. That's a big deal. YouTube have certified the channel as being genuine, authentic. That's important to me. And it's important to me that 100,000 people watch my show, follow my trades, see what I'm doing. And I want to take that responsibility and treat it with respect and do what's right for you. Now, as you can see from my trades, 90 trades, 89 wins. I don't lose money. I've just lost, and I'll increase that those trades there in a few moments' time. When you join me next time, it'll be there'll be 2 trades. It'll go to 92 trades, and it will stay at 89 wins because I've lost on Bitcoin and I've lost on XRP. But it would be wrong of me to have stayed in believing what I believe. I'm still going to study XRP and Bitcoin. I believe in it. But it's the wrong thing for my portfolio. It's the wrong thing because people follow me. And also, if I say if I believe what I'm saying, then why would I not? Then why wouldn't I sell? I'm not going to wait until it rallies and get a profit because it will. I'm sure it will. And I think Bitcoin will go to $180,000, $200,000. I believe that XRP will go to $10. But I don't know at what point along that journey it dips 50, 60, 70, 80%. I don't know. And who knows if it does and never recovers? I just don't know. So because of that, I have to sell and I have to be honest with you. So the data, the facts are all in. I believe that Satoshi Nakamoto is part of a Russian office. The data suggests it. I believe that the market will crash. Michael Burry believes it's going to crash. Jamie Dimon, who provides you with ETFs for Bitcoin, believes it's going to crash, but he's giving it to you nevertheless. I mean, what does that tell you? What does it tell you that hedge funds and ETF managers provide you with the funds that you want, but they also believe it's going down as well? Remember, they make money out of the fees. I know many people are going to be frustrated and angry, but that's the way the world is right now. Everybody is angry. I watched the beginning of the Charlie Kirk memorial, and there is something, even though I'm not religious, as you know, there's something very sacred and spiritual and special by personal, private celebration of life or commemorating tragedy. There's something honorable and respectful and quiet and peaceful and humble about that. But the Charlie Kirk tribute has turned into a political rock concert. And you've got people extremely passionate on the inside of the stadium and people on the outside wanting to burn it down. And this is a scary time, in my opinion. I think whether you're religious or not, it should be quiet, private, and humble. It should not be a rock concert. It should not fire everybody up just to poke everybody on the outside. And everybody on the outside shouldn't be poking on the inside. We've got more civil unrest now than ever. I did actually have prepared for you many examples of scams. I will finish with that because I need you to know a little bit, but I'm not going to show you all the examples. I've got lots of videos. I was watching some videos this morning which show police officers in the UK arresting people because they put a post on Facebook. It's complete nonsense. It's people on TikTok recording actors creating nonsense, and then it's being amplified and fueled. I'm not even going to waste your time showing you these videos. They're so stupid. It's just people creating noise. So I'm going to finish with this. There are many, many people now copying my accounts on Instagram, TikTok, Discord, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. Anyone can create an account. Anyone can call it Martyn Lucas Investor. Anyone can steal my logo. But I'm the only one who has the real username. On YouTube, it's Martyn Lucas Investor. My music channel is Martyn Lucas. On X, it's Martyn Investor. You couldn't fit in Martyn Lucas Investor. It's too long. Everybody else has got dots or eyes, and some of them now don't even care. They're that brazen, they'll just call themselves something completely different. And they'll message you and they'll try to scam you. It's not they're trying to steal your Bitcoin, which they are. It's they're trying to create fear and use people that have influence, like my channel, to try to create noise and fear. That's the bigger issue, not how much crypto they can steal from you. So remember, the golden rule is, I will never message you, ever. I only reply to you. I don't follow anyone. On my X account, I only follow my personal musical self, Sensei and Vaz. I don't follow anyone. So if an account's got more than 3 followers, it's not me. And they couldn't survive any other way because they have to follow for follow. They copy all my posts. They just repost them. That's all it is. Please be careful. And don't think that you're too smart for it. I've been caught several times in my pursuit to find all these scams, find out where they were coming from, find out if they were Russian and Chinese based. I got caught. People tried to take over my channel several times, many times in fact. So don't beat yourself up if you get caught out. Everybody does. It's getting more sophisticated. But remember, I will never message you. I will never follow you. I will never tell you to do anything. And all my social links are below my videos. You all know what they are. They're below my videos. Just please follow those. We are in a very difficult time right now. At the edge, I believe, of a stock market crash. I've gone defensive. I was already doing that last week by buying Coca-Cola. I've sold all my crypto, not because I don't believe in it, because I have to do what's right. If I'm going to say this, I've got to do it. So however many people watch this live stream, I could not possibly make the money back that I have lost today by selling for losses. But I had to do it to show you and earn your trust. I take my job very seriously. I care about my Lucasades and I do what's right. I hope you've watched it to the end of the live stream. I look forward to seeing you in the morning live once again. I will continue to be in the XRP crypto space. Absolutely. Because things will improve. But right now, I think we have to hit bottom before we can go up again. I do believe that will go to the levels that I've said, but I don't know what's going to happen in between now and then. And I'm more concerned. I'm more concerned for how people are behaving online and the hatred towards one another. And sadly, every weapon, including love, honesty, decency, is being used as weapons. Religion is being used as weapons. And this is not the first time in history. If you go back to Henry VIII, if he said you were a witch, you were a witch. You were burned at a stake.
Will Jones donated £1.99 through a super chat. Martyn, are you being scared?
Martyn, are you being scared? I've no idea what you mean by that, Will Jones. No, I'm not scared of anything. That's why I've decided today to sell for losses, take the loss, and put out this warning. I've taken 4 years to build up this data and information, and I'm just sharing it openly and honestly with you as best as I can. I'm not. This isn't edited. This isn't scripted. I'm just telling you how I feel. I'm not scared of anything. But I do believe in the things I have said to you, and I backed it up with my own actions. So anyway, I wish everyone the very best of luck. Remember, since the beginning of time, these events have occurred. They'll continue to occur. People will win. People will lose. People will fight. It's human nature. But as an investor, if you can find a business, an asset, which generates income, even if nobody buys my Coca-Cola tomorrow and Coca-Cola stock goes sideways, Coca-Cola will continue to produce bottles of soft drinks, teas, coffees, and all the things it does. People will continue to buy it. Will continue to make money. And then the company would buy back the shares themselves. I don't rely on anyone to buy or sell my shares to win. I rely on the business itself. And that will always be the same through history. We all believe here that XRP and Bitcoin and other things provide a service. However, it's all now being controlled. The government haven't adopted Bitcoin. They are moving to control Bitcoin.
Will Jones donated £4.99 through a super chat. Scared just like the Russian you suspect have planned plus selling your crypto, etc.
Scared just like the Russian you suspect have planned plus selling your... I'm not scared, Will Jones. I'm not scared at all. I don't suspect that Putin is behind crypto. I've got evidence to support it. So because of that, I have to be sharing that information, and I also have to be defensive in my investments, because I cannot afford for my crypto to go down 80%. That's not investing. That's terrifying. That's speculative. That's gambling. And I'm not a gambler, so I'm not going to do that. The technology is nothing wrong with it, but people have abused it. And it's come at a time when there's so much hatred and anger in the world that it's perpetuating. Let me take the moment to read some comments. This is the problem we've got here. Lenny23, like most retail, weak hands. Where'd you get that phrase from? That's come from a crypto channel, hasn't it? Diamond hands, weak hands. It's nonsense.
RB donated $4.99 through a super chat. Will Jones is asking point blank, are you being forced to say what you're saying?
Of course I'm not forced to say it. Of course I'm not being forced to say what I'm saying. I'm not sponsored by anyone. I'm not promoted by anyone. I'm completely free to say what I like. Of course I'm not being asked to or forced to say anything. But this is the sort of thing here. Lenny23, like most retail weak hands, this is exactly what they want you to do. Who is they? As in, they want me to sell out. What do you mean? The social media is trying to get you to buy crypto, not to sell it. Nearly all of social media is buy everything all the time. Very few people are saying, I don't think you should buy something right now. That doesn't sell. So it's nothing to do with weak hands and diamond hands and all these silly phrases. Agreed, BJ, need and learning, says Mr. J. If you have evidence, then why not share it? Enrique, I think I've shared enough, don't you? Can you show us the proof? Proof of what? What exactly do you want to see? IP addresses that are from Russia. I've already shown people on this show countless times the way that my plug video was manipulated by Russians. All the views were coming from Russia, and my they sponsored the video, and I've shown that on the show many times. Russia have got hardly any Bitcoin. Their economy is in the drain. Well, you don't know that, do you? What if Satoshi is Vladimir Putin and he's got 1 million coins? You don't know that, do you? Lenny23 has a point. You're saying that this is exactly what they want you to. Who's there? I don't want you to sell. I don't want you to buy. I've got nothing to gain whether you buy or sell. I'm not influenced by anybody. We have a little Putin in the White House, says Jan Olav. Going against the trends is not popular, but transparency is in showing what you do is very appreciated. Love to all. Absolutely. Not going to lie, Martin, this is pretty sus, man. What's sus? You see, you see the problem we've got here. I am going live in front of a live audience with my real money. I've shown you I've really sold my Bitcoin and my XRP. I just can't sell my Ethereum at the moment because it's staked. What is there to understand? I sold at losses. You know, I sold at losses. But yet you still have a mind which going, oh, that sounds sus. How can it be sus? I sold for a loss. What, someone has paid me to lose money? This video won't make me $100 at most if 100,000 people watch it. I've lost several $1,000s on purpose to bring you the truth of what I've discovered, and you're saying, oh, that sounds a bit sus. What advantage have I got for selling for a loss? Why do people say such things? Who is Satoshi then, Martin? I'm telling you, I believe Satoshi is in the Russian office. Blink twice if you're being threatened. Oh my gosh, come on. I'm not being threatened by anyone. Where is the evidence you keep referring to? What? Who is Satoshi? You keep saying you're going to tell us. What do you mean? I've just told you. I keep looking in the background with a guy with a... Okay, now people are getting stupid. All right, I ain't got time for this. I try to engage with the conversation, and this is what happens. People in the chat talking absolutely nonsense. Okay. All right. I'm not going to engage with idiots. I'm not going to engage with trolls. I'm not going to waste my time talking backwards and forwards in the chat with stupid people. If you want to be allowed to be manipulated by those that do not care about you, do not have your best interests at heart, and you allow that to happen, then you get what you deserve. If you want to lose all your money, carry on. If you want to go through life living in the dark, then carry on. I've done my best to be open and honest and frank, and this is what happens. So I wanted to wrap this up. I wanted this to be a video, not to be a live stream. It's kind of ruined it now. Let me go over to members only, because Who the hell wants to talk to an idiot? I haven't got time for that. But this is what's happening. This wouldn't have happened 20 years ago. 20 years ago, idiots would not do this. We didn't have road rage like we do today. Everyone thinks they are the king of the world. And everyone's clever. And everyone's smart. Do a live call-in.
RB donated $1.99 through a super chat. Do a live call-in. Tumblr glass emoji. Cool face emoji.
Okay.
Saluting face emoji.
I wasn't going to do this, but I will then. You'd like me to do a live call-in. All right. Here we go. Live video phone-in. This was supposed to be a video. Bloody hell. Live video phone-in. There you go. There is the link there. I'm going to pin it to the top. The poll suggests, do you feel society is on a knife edge? 74% of you think we are on a knife edge. There you go. So if you want to call in, you can be in these spots. There are 10 spots. First come, first serve. If you'd like to call in, you can be on the show and have your say. But you have to be a member. We're in members only mode now. Before you call in, you have to tell me you're calling in, because I'm not picking up the phone to anybody who just wants to be stupid and ignorant. All right? So RB is calling in first of all. Let's get RB on the phone. So let me put him here. Interview 1. Let's bring RB into the show. Good afternoon, RB. How are you, mate?
Good. Hey, how are you doing, Martin?
I'm doing all right, mate. What can I do for you?
I'll try to control this here camera. I normally have hard times, especially on the weekend. I think what I was getting in the chat was, it's not like you, is what people are wondering. It's not like you. Because what I get, Martin, is you had crypto. All right. You sold it. You bought it early. You sold it, XRP, 30 cents, somewhere in there, and that's when you started over build your portfolio. And then you were out of it, but then you got back in it here just a couple of weeks ago, hot and heavy. And then all of a sudden now you're selling for a loss. So people are at a loss is what I'm getting in the chat. We're like, WTF. So that's why people are like, hey, are you being forced to say this? Why are you backing up and punting all of a sudden?
Not being forced to say anything, RB. Who would force me to say anything? I'm sitting here completely free to talk to you.
The Russians or whatever, man. I mean, hey, if somebody can get assassinated on TV, crap can happen. You understand?
So that again.
I'm just saying, if people can get assassinated in front of your eyes, well then you can be manipulated. People are worried. All right. You can call me. I'm just saying that's what I see in the chat. I'm just saying people are concerned, and that's why I super chatted. Are you being forced to say something? So if you are, say it, and I guess we'll die together. I can't keep his phone on me, but hey.
RB, I can assure you I'm not being forced to say anything. I've just sat here in my studio talking to you one-on-one. No one sponsors me. No one pays me anything. They never have done. I turn down deals every day. I'm not interested. I don't even respond to emails. No one's forcing me to do anything. I've sold for a loss because the evidence is suggesting that we are on the edge of a major crash. Only last week you saw me sell and move my positions, my S&P into Coca-Cola. Before this, I've been saying I've been going defensive. Nothing is a surprise there.
Right. I don't know. It's just kind of, it's just weird for you to shift gears, your counterpart, one of the Trisom, since they ain't been on a couple of days. So what's he got to say about this? You bailing on crypto?
Well, I don't know. I've not asked him. He'll share his opinion and thoughts, I'm sure, when he gets back. But I'm just trying to do what's right for my portfolio, what's right for the people that watch my show. You know, I have no influence over XRP, Bitcoin, or, you know, me selling my 150,000, whatever it is, don't mean nothing to nobody. I'm just, you know, sharing my thoughts with people, and you do what you want with it. But I mean, it shouldn't change the way you feel about it, should it? You have your thoughts, surely.
Right. No, but and I've been a follower for a few months, you know. My Tigger probably says a little bit, but just saying that people are going to start thinking it's a pump and dump for you, because you
Well, how's
wasn't
it a
in it.
pump and dump? I lost money on purpose.
Well, I'm just telling you, because it's just the way the world works. It
Yeah,
is.
but just because the world is upside down doesn't make it right. How is it a pump and dump when I've sold for a loss to back up my transparency? How is it a pump and dump?
I mean, I'm not here to get in a conspiracy or debate, but I'm just saying that there's other ways to make money. Okay, on the backside that
How? I don't do options. I don't do shorts. I just click sell and I sold for a loss. How is that? What backside is it? What is there?
I'm just saying, Martin, for me, I'm not here one to argue or say anything. I'm just telling you that it's the world we live in. You understand? I'm not a rabbit hole digger. I don't go in those. I called in, all right, to ask for the world. Everybody watching live, it's live. I called in to make sure, if you're under any kind of pressure, to say it yes or no. And
No.
okay, that's it. That's it. And I apologize to everybody else as a viewer, but that's what I did.
Not at all. That's the point of this. That's the point of this channel, that everyone can ask a question. That's the point. Everyone can calmly ask a question, and you're asking a question, and I'm giving you an honest answer, openly, transparently, live, unedited. Yeah, absolutely. This won't be deleted from the video. So yeah, I mean, I can assure you I'm not manipulated or anything. I've done what I believe to be right.
That's all you can do. That's all you can do.
I spent 4 years, 4 years studying and paying attention to information. And as the information, this is the wonderful thing with science. Science can one day say X plus Y equals Z. A year later, they can refine their news and go, actually, we were wrong, and we're going to update that information. That's the difference between science and blind faith or blind belief in anything. I'm constantly reevaluating, constantly keeping my open mind, and constantly adjusting. I mean, my portfolio is always winning. I'm not losing money overall, but I've just taken my crypto off the table because listen, I still believe it can go up to all the figures I've given you. Absolutely, it can. Not necessarily for any other reason than just everybody piles in and then everybody starts to sell again. I just think that we're being manipulated, and I just can't be part of that story right now. It doesn't seem right to me. I've got another guest who'd like to call in. It looks like Angie wants to call in. Let me leave you there. Just stay where you are. I can bring in two guests at the same time. So I'll put you down there. And Angie, I'll put Angie in spot number 2. There she is. Let's put spot number 2. Angie, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you, Martin and RB. Very nice to see you there. I'm usually not on Sundays because this is the day I devote to my family, and I saw the discussion, and I wanted to join in to say that I appreciate your transparency, Martin. And no matter how we trade or invest, because there's two different in terms there. Once we can trade or we can invest. In the over 30 years of investment that Bruce and I have been together doing, there's been some really nasty up and down. There's been the .com. There's been, oh my God, the COVID is the last one, of course. But on a recurrent, almost if you can Google it if you want, but the World Series has something to do with the October crash, in terms of baseball, football, paying your tax, whatever it is. We seem to, Bruce and I, because our portfolio is quite large, um, we have IRAs, we have SEP, we have regular, that we take cash out. Um, in terms of value of our portfolio, we're about $1 million. So, and that doesn't count the house, that's free and clear, and it doesn't count the.
Oh, you've just muted yourself, and I've just lost your. Oh, you're back.
Okay, so what did you miss?
No, you were only gone for a second. What's your main point, Angie? What is it? Why did you call in today?
The main point is that you've always been transparent, and no matter what we don't like hearing, it is what you've done, right? Your actions are your actions. You come on your show, which is live, which is you devote a lot of energy. And I think that there's not another person out there live that will tell you exactly how it is. This is what I did. You like it or not, that's what I did. And you have your life story. You have your personal contacts. You have your people, banks, Leah in the mix. You have a lot that's going on. And you are completely transparent with us. And I appreciate that. I might not agree with everything that you do, but it doesn't matter. It's going to work out for you, because what we do works out for us. It doesn't matter. The universe works it all out the way that people make their own decision. We have the ability to make our own decision because we have discrimination, we have our own research, we are our own values, where we put our fear or not fear. It's supposed not to be so much emotional. It's not supposed to be emotional, but sometimes politics get in the mix, and religion get in the mix. There's a lot of stuff that goes in the mix. And even when COVID happened, it's nothing that somebody could have predicted. It's nothing when we lost everything, Bruce and I. And I'm telling you this out of fact, that we lost our house, we lost our portfolios, we lost everything back in 2006. Everything. We had over, I would say about maybe $1 million, $1.5 million in terms of value, lost it all and build it all back up.
Well, this is why I'm trying to give people a warning. I'm not trying to predict the future or tell people what they should or shouldn't do with their money. Absolutely not. But I've collected information. I've got the experience of this information. I am very upset the number of people that are scamming my audience. There are lots of people that have been scammed, and decent
including
people,
me.
Including you.
Yes.
What happened to you?
Some people are coming on as you on X, and they change a little dot or a little underscore.
There you go.
And then you got to be always careful. And I don't know how they do it so quickly. And also trying to communicate with us. And when we try to communicate with you through DM, we have to evaluate. What is it called?
Authenticate.
Thank you. We have to, 4 times it's happened to me where I have to re-authenticate my account. That never happened before, ever. So I love you, Martyn, and you know that. And I love Malia immensely. And so are all the Lucasites. I'm sure they all back me up when I say that, because we've spent time knowing you. We've spent time getting to know you.
But this, Angie, I appreciate that. But that's why I'm doing this live stream today, because the level and complexity of the scammers is accelerating. And it's accelerating because I believe we are at the 11th hour before all this comes tumbling down. Okay? And it's not about, like I just said, it's not about trying to get your Bitcoin from you or your Ethereum or whatever it might be. If you are calling in Pepe to Amelia, this bull run, I think that's your name, I need to know you are a member in the chat. Just put your name in the chat and I'll pick up the phone. I'm only answering the phone call to members. All right. So if you are wishing to call in, put your name in the chat and I'll pick up the phone. Otherwise, I don't know who you are.
I apologize, Martyn, to say this, but I'm going to have to go. I only have 2 more minutes.
No, okay. Thank you very much. I'll let you go. Thank you for calling in, Angie. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate an RB. It's so nice to see you again.
You got to go as well. All right, guys. Thank you for calling in. Thank you very much.
I'm good. I'm here.
You're okay. Great. All right. Brilliant.
Yeah.
There are yeah.
In this breath that you're saying, so what I get as I'm being live with you here, so maybe I'm answering questions for people that are watching. I feel like I'm getting a signal from you, like you're like, I'm getting out because I know what's coming, and I'm not telling you this ain't financial advice. I get all that, right? But can you answer live? I mean, for a cold wallet at this point, does it matter?
Well, I'm not saying you have to get out because someone's going to steal your Bitcoin. It doesn't matter whether your Bitcoin's on a cold wallet or a hard wallet. If it goes down 80, 90%, it's not worth anything, is it? That's what I'm saying. I'm not telling you to hard wallet or cold wallet. That's irrelevant. I'm simply saying I don't want my portfolio to go down dramatically 80, 90% overnight. I don't want that to happen.
Okay. Well,
now if you think it's going to go up forever and you're comfortable with it, that's nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm sharing with you the information that I have. And you do with that as you will. But, like I said before, nothing has changed. Banks are using it. Robinhood is buying Ethereum. Bank of America is buying XRP. But remember, there are like Jamie Dimon, who's providing you with an ETF who doesn't even believe in it. People will give you an ETF to make the fund money. They don't necessarily believe in the actual thing they're giving to you. It's not even to do with that. It's to do with the level of manipulation and anger in the world, right? You've seen it in the chat today. People like, if you buy a business like me, currently I've got the S&P, nearly 200 grand of the S&P and about 300 grand now of Coca-Cola. I don't need anyone to convince me that Coca-Cola or the S&P is a great business. I don't need them to buy the stock. I don't need them to short the stock. I don't need them to promote it. I understand what the value of the business is, and I bought it at the right price when it was undervalued, where it'll be worth more in the future. There's nothing that you can do to make me feel good or bad about that decision, because I know what it earns. And I'm not relying on anyone buying or selling the stock for it to go up. If nobody bought the S&P and nobody bought the Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola would buy back their own shares because they're making money and they just keep repurchasing their shares. So it'd go up anyway because it produces and makes something. The S&P 500, the same thing. It would go up because it produces something. I'm simply just letting people know that the level of hate and the level of misinformation and AI is playing a terrifying role at the moment. I haven't got the time to show you as I wanted to, but I thought it would just confuse things. I've got some videos that I saved on X today of people on TikTok have filmed police women. There's 2 police women knocking on a door, apparently arresting somebody for making a post on X. Or on Facebook or whatever. It's all fake. It's not AI. It's just they recorded it themselves. People just dressed up in police outfits. And people believe it. Hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views. And then people are going, this is terrible. You've got no free speech in England. It's people making videos on TikTok. And it's just utter nonsense. And we've got so much false information, and there are so many people that are creating accounts to clone me and message people and say, do this and do that. And like I've said, I take huge responsibility for what I do, and I care about what I do. And it really upsets me when there are people pretending to be me, messaging innocent people, and some people have lost their money. Some people have handed over money. But this whole thing isn't about whether I can steal your Bitcoin from you or not. Personally, obviously that is for you, but it's not about that. It's about creating the fear, because everybody tells everybody and everyone's talking about it. So we all act irrationally. And when we act irrationally, we start doing things that make no sense. And that's the moment. That's the moment that we can get tripped up. And I believe, and I say it again, the evidence I've had for the emails and the data and the IP addresses is we're getting a lot of Russian and Chinese manipulation. I think Trump is walking straight into it. I think this whole friendship with Putin, we saw what happened when the Ukraine thing, that summit, nothing happened. Putin took over the whole thing, got the US soldiers to bend down, move the red carpet as he on purpose parked down the runway, and he completely controlled the summit, and nothing's happened. In fact, since then, when Trump said it's all going to be good, he's ramped up his violence. He's got into Poland. He's got into Romania. It's getting worse and worse and worse. And my evidence suggests that Putin is behind Satoshi Nakamoto. And all of a sudden, when Trump buys Bitcoin, puts Bitcoin on the Federal Reserve, vumph, down goes Bitcoin. And if that happens, overnight, America could go bankrupt. And because Trump believes in what he's doing, he's walking straight into it. Now, I hope it doesn't happen, but it could, and evidence is suggesting it. And because of the fear and everyone, I mean, you asking me, you've known me now for 2 years, and you asked me today, and you honestly felt that someone is pressuring me to say something. You know that the only thing that upsets me is the pain I have for my audience. No one threatens me. No one sponsors me. No one offers me things. I do what's right. And the only thing that's hurting me today is not someone threatening me or anything like that, is the fact that my audience are confused and they're upset and they're misled by people. That's what's upsetting me. All the scammers that are pretending to be me. That's what upsets me. And the fact that you're even asking me that just shows me how people are being misled.
Well, also, I think I don't want to, for me, since I'll speak for myself and whoever's doing, but I would be confused because you brought Sensei on to get into crypto, and you had an audience for crypto.
No, hang on. I didn't bring Sensei on to get into crypto. Sensei broadcasts on my show because Sensei provides great information about crypto. He provides great information about reading charts and is a great broadcaster and provides valuable information. I didn't bring him on to get information about crypto or whatever. I brought him on because he provides a great service to the audience. And that's it. And now when Sensei comes back from his honeymoon, he may have a completely different view. He may go, I don't think it matters who Satoshi Nakamoto is. I also don't think it's to do with Putin. I also don't think Trump's going to adopt Bitcoin as the Federal Reserve. I also don't think America's got a problem with debt. I don't know what he's going to say. That's his opinion. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of surprising to your viewers, though, that, man, I mean, it's because they follow you and listen to you as well as Sensei. But if he's reading the charts and then all of a sudden, you just take a loss and dump yours, I mean, that's a big, I don't know. Like I said, Martyn, I didn't get on here to debate about this. I called in because people were worried that you were being coached to do something. It's not normal. It just doesn't seem normal. It doesn't to me either, but it is what it is, And when Angie called in, you got to make the financial choices for yourself. Everybody does it. Hey, I'm sorry if y'all. It's storming here. It's lightning, and if
No
you hear
worries,
it,
no worries at all. Thank you ever so much, RB, for calling in. But rest assured, everything you're seeing is real, genuine. I'm not influenced by anyone, and you do what's right for you. If you want to remain in crypto, remain in crypto. I wish I could be in crypto, but at the moment, I think there's more danger of it going down than it is of it going up. So if I can't remain in if I'm saying what I'm saying, can I? I would just look like a fraud.
No, and it's just going to be a good show whenever you can get Sensei on here with you.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I hope it goes up. I hope it all goes up and I miss out. I don't mind missing out. It's absolutely fine. Because remember, even if it goes up, what happens next? Does it dump after it goes up? I don't know. The answer is I just don't know. There are too many uncertainties at the moment for me, and I wanted to share that.
I got you. Hey, and I everybody thinks I'm looking like this. Y'all got bike transitions on, so I got to look out my bottom. So
all right, no worries, mate. Let me get back to the comments and questions. Thanks for calling in, RB. Cheers, mate.
Good night, y'all.
There we go.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much indeed for calling in. Let me go back to a few more comments and questions. Let's see what we got here. No, I don't agree with everything Martyn says, but that's not the point. I think it's incredibly risky having so much money in one stock, but that's Martyn's decision and nothing to do with me. There you go. The reason why I've gone in Coca-Cola is because, in my opinion, it's undervalued, it's oversold, its earnings are up, what it produces is up, its margins are up, and in a crash, that's where money will go to. And I am very happy with buying into so heavily into Bitcoin. But remember, Coca-Cola. But remember, I'm still very, very heavily into the S&P 500. If you look here, I've still got 37.7%. So it's not like I don't have much in the way of the S&P. If you are calling in, let me know you're calling in and I'll pick up the phone to you. Dan Morgan, are you a member? Let me know in the chat. I can't pick up the phone to you unless I know you are a member. In the UK, you get arrested for hurting someone's feelings. You don't. A lot of social media says you do. The fact is, you don't. I also don't think Putin has anything to do with Satoshi. I think it's a group of people. Well, that's what I said. I said in the office of Putin. I didn't say Putin himself, one man himself. Absolutely not. I said in the offices of Putin. That's what I actually said. He went into Poland to make sure the weapons are kept in Poland rather than being sent to Ukraine, said Jerry. Putin has dementia, probably forgot about the summit. Okay. Is it true that Walmart is pulling out of the US? No idea. How can it pull out of the US? It's an American company. Sensei, correct. Everybody needs to evaluate their own decisions. Just my opinion. That's what's great. We can all share our opinions and engage on this channel. Martyn, you keeping your Archer Aviation? Susan, I never owned Archer Aviation. You're talking about vertical aerospace. Yes, I bought a business under value. Turkey shot down a Russian jet back in 2015 and they did nothing. They was too scared. All right. Bitcoin. Satoshi era Bitcoin being traded in the US, taking profits. Kamala is manipulating oh, God. Kamal is not manipulating. Dan, I can't pick up the phone until I know you're a member. You're in the chat waiting patiently. In the phone-in waiting. Okay. Have we got any more comments, questions? I don't think so. No. I said Putin's office. Please listen to what I said. Stu. Walmart is coming to South Africa. Whoops-a-daisy, what's this? Martyn disguised as an investment coach and musician, and here is actually a Russian operative. That's fakes a British accent with Putin on speed dial. Okay. All right. All right, the comments and questions have got a bit silly, so I haven't got time to answer them now. All right, there you go. I wish everybody the best of luck. This wasn't as helpful and useful as I hoped it was. I've, at my own lost money to demonstrate what I feel. It's based upon facts and evidence that I've experienced. I was hoping for more debate and, I mean, if it's a matter of point, I mean, ever since I sold, it's been going down. So I don't know. Was I right? Well, time will tell, I guess. That's it from me. I wish everybody the best. Don't believe what you want to believe. Look at the facts. Whether you are one side or the other, I'm not saying become weak and on the fence and feeble and have no conviction. But right now, too many people are too angry and it's all or nothing and everyone's violent and it's just very, very unpleasant. It's getting worse. And that's the point where we'll all trip up. So be very careful, folks. I wish everyone the best. I've tried to help. I will continue to do what's right. And I can assure you, no one is pressuring me. I actually feel quite sick now. If I'm honest, I feel quite frustrated because I've always been open and transparent. And if RB thought that, others thought that, a lot of people probably think, oh, Martyn's manipulated. It just seems to me that no matter how you try, no matter how openly and honest you are, no matter how much you go live, we live in a cynical world where people think this can't be true. I'm going to go back to take care of Leah. It's my Sunday off. I wish you all the best. I hope everyone's well. I hope XRP and Bitcoin goes to the moon tomorrow. I don't mind missing out. I really don't. I've got a much bigger thing to think about. My audience is all I care about. And obviously Leah, of course. So that's it. Have a wonderful evening. Gerrymandering, I feel sick too. It can't help but get you down, really, can it? Christopher. Anyway, I've got to go. I'm going to have a cup of tea. Cup of tea always fixes it. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you back on tomorrow morning. As always, take care of yourselves and each other.